everyone. We have a whole bunch of newness today. I have the Sarah Creal Brilliant Repair Shield. I talked about it on Instagram, but I'm going to show it to you here today, and I'm going to do a comparison for you so you can see the difference between it and like a skin enhancer. I have the Prada eyeshadow in Primula. I did the lightest one already. I haven't done the medium one. And then I have Dior. I have two of the Dior highlighters. I picked up the blue strobe and the pink halo. I did not pick up the sequin formula. We'll get into all of that. It's coming. And then I have the Prada mascara, which is a really unique mascara. Yes, we have a lot to talk about with the Prada mascara. And then I've been going back and forth with the blushes. I do have new Saint Laurent blushes, the new shades. They are from overseas. They're difficult to get here in the United States. And I'm kind of like, you know, maybe I should just do those all together so you can see all the shades next to each other. So today I'm going to use the Rare Beauty so you can see those again, because I think they will be released when this video goes up. I'm not even, it's been a month, and we're like halfway through. When this video goes up, I think they'll already be released, or at least very close to being released, so that you can see them in action. Okay, so first, the Sarah Creal. So Sarah Creal did send this to me, along with a couple of other things, and I have to say, I love the Sarah Creal line. I've been really impressed with everything. This is not a new product, but this is a new shade. This is the Brilliant Repair Shield SPF 50 Illuminating Serum in Staycation. My understanding is that the other shade, which was in existence before, is much deeper and maybe too little warm, maybe a little too bronze. So I'm gonna put this on the back of my hand so you can see what it looks like. And basically, it is a serum. It's very, very runny. It's got a squeeze tube. And it does have like a golden tint to it. But it's not so golden that it's going to look, you'll see. It's not going to look orange. It's not going to have anything like that. Now, you can definitely put this on with your fingers, which is frankly how I've been doing it. But for the purposes of today, I just kind of want to show you, like, if you were using it as more of a full product, if you're using it as just, you know, this is all I'm going to put on my face today, not underneath anything, this is what you're going to get. Do you see how much glowier and like smoothed my skin looks on this side? It's almost like everything was blurred, everything was perfected, everything is glowy and moisturized and luminous, but there's not really coverage. You can see the imperfections at this part of my skin, and I'll make sure I close in on this. This is where most of the imperfections, well, nobody's skin is perfect, but you get the idea. The rosacea, the red marks, you know, sun damage, mostly through here. That's where I have a lot of it, and then here. So on this side, you can see it much better. On this side, it kind of disappears. Now, compare that to, say, Lisa Eldridge. Two main things. The Lisa Eldridge comes in like, I'll be honest, I don't even know how many shades this thing comes in now. A lot. It comes in a lot of shades. So this is not meant to be an illuminating product. It's not meant to be a SPF sunscreen illuminating, you know. This is meant to be basically a tinted moisturizer. I mean, it's an enhancing tint, but it's meant to be a different product. So when I put this on my skin, this is going to offer more coverage. Now I'm just going to put it here so you can see what I'm talking about. It's going to offer more coverage, and it's going to be the color that you choose, whatever that is. So if it's going to be, you know, I use T3. If you're going to use a deeper shade, it's going to be more like a foundation, a teeny bit of coverage. It does blend everything out. Absolutely. I love this product. You know that. It literally is a holy grail for me. If she ever gets rid of it, I don't know what I'm going to do. We're not going to think that way. We're going to think positively. This side, though, has a much glowier. I kind of got some sun, but I don't really get sun, but you get the idea. I'm on a beach and I glow from oil, which I do not use. So that's the difference. Now, can you see that they both blur? Because they do. They both blur. But this is much more of a golden glow. And it's not really even golden. It's just, it has a little bit of that gold to it. So they are similar in their blurring properties. They are similar in that they offer very little coverage, but actually blur everything out. But they are I mean, in every other way, they're different because this is meant really as like a tinted moisturizer. It's not meant to be glowy. It's meant to be skin-like. It's beautiful. And it's really the only product that I gravitate towards when I'm like doing everyday things. But this is different. This is a glowy, I don't know what you would call this because I've never seen anything else like it. It's a serum. It's radiant. It glows. You can wear it under makeup. You can leave it by itself. It's got great sun protection. It's SPF 50. I mean, it's really unique. It's really unique. That's all I can say. So if I leave it over here like this and I put the Lisa Eldridge on top of it, let me show you what you get. Now your skin looks completely perfected, and honestly, I look like, my skin it almost looks like my skin is perfect, which of course it is not. Yeah, it's glowy. There's a little bit more coverage because you've got the tinted moisturizer, the skin tint, but you've got SPF 50. It's got a gorgeous glow to it. So you can definitely use these two products together, like I just did here. You can use you can use it as just as it was with the Sarah Creal by itself. It really depends on what you're looking for, but I have to tell you, the Sarah Creal product I feel kind of like I feel about the Lisa Eldridge. I have a similar reaction, which is this is a really unique product that I love. And I honestly think that anybody who is looking for a glowy finish, because like I said, the Sarah Creal is glowy, wants a glowy finish, but wants something that blurs and wants to be able to use it completely by itself, because you should pick this up. Yeah, I'm very impressed. I've really liked Sarah Creal, all her stuff. I really do. I like all of it. And I have nothing bad to say. Now I'm going to take her Face Flex in a second because I'm going to show you, I'm just putting a little bit of the Lisa Eldridge. The reason I chose to use the Lisa Eldridge with it today and not just the Face Flex is because I got lots of questions from folks about the difference between the Sarah Creal and the Lisa Eldridge. And I understand why, because I basically have said the Lisa Eldridge is a great blurring by itself kind of formulation. And that is true. So that should give you an idea of if you're using the Lisa Eldridge, how you can use it with it. If you're looking for something like the Lisa Eldridge, but you want something more glowy, or if you have no idea what the Lisa Eldridge is and you just are interested in Sarah Creal, again, you now have, a comparison. So I do have the Face Flex. If you haven't used this product, this is basically a concealer and a complexion enhancer. So this can be used as a concealer where you need, concealment or where you want concealment, but it can also be used as basically foundation. So I already have more than I normally even put on my face. And so what I want to do today is show you two shades. I have one and I have three. One, I'm just going to put a little here like that. The shade 3 is obviously a deeper shade, but it's not deep. It's just deeper and I think warmer. That's what I get. So if you were going to use this and you were going to use it with like an oil, like the Sarah Creal Moisture Source, or you were going to use it with, say, the Sarah Creal Repair Shield, which also has like a glowy, oily kind of thing, you could do it like this and blend it in. Because the thing about the Face Flex is it's a little thicker. It's a little, because it's meant to be also a concealer. So if you want something that has like a teeny bit of coverage, and let's say you were using the Sarah Creal by itself, the Repair Shield, you could take the Face Flex and blend it in a little bit and get more coverage. But you can see how, because I put the 3 in here, how you see a little bit of a contour, even though it's a very, very slight contour, but it is there. And it's there because the shade is a little bit deeper than my skin tone. Not by much, but a little teeny bit, and a little bit warmer. So if you're a little bit warmer than me and a little bit deeper skin tone than me, 3 might be your shade. I also have this brush that Sarah Creal sent me, which I think is interesting. It's a synthetic brush, and it is really nice for blending out the Face Flex product. So if you're interested in that, I do recommend it. I do think it's good. And I think it has a nice texture for a synthetic brush. It's soft. So what I use these types of brushes for is when you're using concealer and you find that it settles into lines. One of the things that you can do is kind of buff those lines out a little bit. Pull at your skin a little, not a lot, and sort of buff it so that it's no longer like sitting in those lines. And you can kind of smooth it out a little bit. You can do that under your eyes too, because I would never suggest actually putting concealer like right under your eye because it's just going to settle in lines. But if you kind of buff it out a little bit with a brush like this one's actually very nice, very soft. It works wonders. So Guerlain, and I'm surprised because I have lambasted Guerlain about their changes multiple times on my channel. They just sent me their entire newly renovated skincare line. So the cleanser, the watery oil, the cream, the whole thing. And so I'm going to start using that in April. Right now I'm using a different skincare line. You know, I try these all out for you. So my poor face tries out like new skincare every month. But, so it was incredibly nice of Guerlain to do. Thank you, Guerlain, for sending it to me. And I am looking forward to trying it. I have been trying the Guerlain watery oil, the new revamped version, and it is better. It is fantastic, actually. Pains me to say, but it is. But they also sent me their new Be Glow oil, their Kiss Kiss Be Glow oil, their lip plumping oil, and this is in Honey Glow. Guys, this is really good. Sometimes I'm like, oh, shoot. Okay. The lip applicator in this thing is so plush and so comfy. You want to just keep rubbing it on your lips. Second, it has this like gorgeous glaze to it. It's not like honey in the way that you'd think of honey being sticky, but it's like honey in the way that it feels. It's royal jelly infused. Lip plumping oil. There is no, in mine anyway, no warmness, nothing. I don't feel any tingle, nothing. It's just like oil. But my lips do look plumper. They do. You saw them 5 seconds ago. Well, a minute ago. They do. They look plumper. So I'm not exactly sure how it does that. Because there's nothing. So there's nothing in here that I don't understand. So I love this. Now this is interesting because it says Honey Glow. It goes pink on me. So I'm assuming there's some sort of pH thing in here because those types of things always go pink on me. But I don't mind this pink on me. I actually like it. Yeah, I don't know what it is, guys, but this is good. And I love a glossy, bougie, you know me. So like, I looked at it and I was like, oh my goodness, this is really good. Don't get me wrong. I want things to be good. It's just, everything's so expensive. It's just like, but why? Okay, so let's talk about Dior. So I mentioned that I wasn't going to pick up the Dior highlighters because I was kind of like, how good could they be? And I have a lot of highlighters, and what's the point? Many of you, though, asked me to pick up the highlighters to test out my theory that they're not worth it. And so that's what I'm doing here. We'll see. I'm taking one for the team is basically what's happening. Now, you know, the liquid highlighters I love by Dior, the Glow Maximizers, those I think are great. And some of the limited edition, like the lavender one that came out, I love that. I thought that was great. So it's not that I don't like Dior. It's that I just feel like I have a lot of them and I'm like, okay, what could, I mean, at this point, like, and they're expensive. They're, how much are they? They're $52. So the three finishes we have, Halo, Strobe, and Sequin. So Halo is a crystal glow, Strobe is a duochrome shimmer, and Sequin is an iridescent lit from within radiance. The reason I didn't go with the Sequin is because I bought Halo, which is the Chanel luminizer, and that's iridescent. And I felt like I love that product. Like it's really good. Now, if you don't like an iridescence finish, you'll hate it because that's exactly what it gives you. But I really think Chanel hits it out of the park every single time on a highlighter. When it's a great highlighter, it's a holy grail highlighter. Like when they do a highlighter right, it's just so much better than everybody else's. Again, this is just me, my opinion, but I always reach for the Chanel above everything else. So, like I said, the Dior's are really good, but I was like, I have the Halo, so the Halo Chanel product, I was like, so I'm not going to get the Sequin. Let's try out the Strobe and the Halo and see what I think of these products. And if I think they're just outstanding, okay, then maybe I'll consider buying Sequin. Just don't think it's like a necessary thing. I'm trying them out for all of you guys. So from what I see here, they are new, but they don't say limited edition anywhere. If you have different information, let me know. I don't have anybody at Dior. I have people at a lot of brands, but not at Dior, so I don't, maybe I'm missing something, but I don't see that they're limited edition or that they're going away. Halo, there were 3 shades. There was nude, gold, and pink. I bought pink. Strobe, there was pink and there was blue. I bought blue. A Sequin, there was opal and there was copper. If I was going to buy one, it would be opal. So let's take a look at these two and see what we see. So this is what it looks like. This is the blue Strobe. And this is what you get when you run your finger along it. And putting it on my skin, it looks fine. I'm not like overly impressed. And here is the Halo, and this is pink. And running your finger over that, you get this. And that's definitely more of a impact. Again, we'll see. All right, so I'm gonna take a relatively dense brush, not a soft brush, so that I'm giving it all of the chances to wow me. Wayne Goss brush, definitely dense. Let's go in with the Strobe first, because the Strobe is going to be a lighter, more sparkly duochrome kind of thing. Okay, so it is blue, bluish purple. And yes, it definitely has that effect. Like it does what it says it's gonna do. These, by the way, have hyaluronic acid, so they should be better for drier skin, which is good. But it's a duochrome shimmer, but I'm not, I mean, it's fine. Am I gonna wear a duochrome shimmer? Probably not. Pink glow. Okay, more impressed with, I'm putting this on the end of my nose, guys, so you guys can see what it does. It's very pretty. I mean, there's a lot of glow there. I mean, as I suspected, like the duochrome, you can see like little pieces of almost like glitter in the duochrome. I can see, hopefully the light is kind of catching it. I think it is. And yeah, it definitely is an interesting, like duochrome kind of thing, but I just don't know. I just don't know if anyone was asking for that. Maybe they were. Maybe it's just me. I wasn't asking for that. Let's use a Kolinsky brush. It's not that I have anything against it. I just kind of feel like it's superfluous. Cause like this is, yeah, if you use like that Kolinsky brush is really gonna, it's not something I'm gonna, it definitely is like a blue purple. like a blue lavender. I mean, you can see that. Yeah, it's not that it's not pretty. It's just not, it's not something that I'm going to reach for. All right, now let's put like the pink glow here. Again, the pink glow, yes, this is more of what I would wear, and it's very, very nice. I don't necessarily think it's that much different than the highlighters that came out from Dior, you know, what was it, 2 years ago? There was like a peach glow and a pink glow and a something glow. I mean, I'm very sparkly right now, but yeah, I think it's similar to the glow products that they had before. They're nice. They look nice on the skin. I love the fact that there's hyaluronic acid in here. They're not over accentuating any of my pores. I'll say that. Like, I think these are good products. If you really don't have any highlighters and you're looking for a strobe, a duochrome on your face, then the blue one is very unique, because I don't think there's too many blue duochrome highlighters out there in luxury. There probably are in more, you know, independent brands. The pink glow is a very pretty highlighter. I think looks really nice. If you want, I can do comparisons between that and like the Chanel Camellia and the old, you know, Dior highlighters and everything. But again, I think these are nice. I do. But really what's, you know, they have cool new packaging. Okay. Rare Beauty. Now, the Rare Beauty Soft Pinch Blush Matte Effect Cocoon, that there's like 6 different words on here. These are different, at least in the US market. I understand that these have been around, you know, overseas in Korea and others for a very long time. And this is not new, which doesn't shock me, because the US is sometimes not as innovative as we'd like to think. So yeah, I mean, I believe that completely. I have Hope and Happy. Those are the 2 shades that I picked up, and I love these. I think they're great. I really do. They are bouncy. They have like a bouncy jelly-like formula. They go on super easily. They're like the liquid blushes that Rare Beauty has been known for, but one of the things that people joke about is that they are so pigmented that you will never go through an entire, you know, blush in your lifetime. And you know what? That may be true, because I have had some for years and I am no closer to like getting down on those things. They're just exactly the same as you know, when I first bought them. So yeah, this is a great product though. It's a little less pigmented than the liquid ones. The shades are basically the same. I love Hope and Happy. I think they're both great shades. I love, love, love the formula. It is a gorgeous, bouncy, creamy formula. It looks great on all skin types, and it dries down and is perfection. And then there's Ellie. So yeah, I understand that there's going to be a Sephora sale very, very soon. So basically in 2 weeks. Put these in your cart. I cannot guarantee they'll still be there because they're new and there's a lot of pent-up demand for this particular product, but they'll come back. But I really do strongly encourage you to pick these up. Great price point, great product. I plan on buying more. Because I have Hope and Happy, I won't buy them before the sale because it wouldn't make sense, because I already have the 2 shades that I really want. But I plan on picking up all of them eventually. All right, so Prada Primula and the Prada mascara. Let's go ahead, and I will make sure that the color story goes up right here. This is the deepest of the eyeshadows, the new eyeshadows. It is a neutral palette, but I will tell you that this one is definitely more intense. So I'm going to use some very soft brushes today. This is Blue Squirrel, and the reason I'm doing that is I don't really want a strong look. It's actually quite beautiful today and very spring-like, and I would like to keep in a spring mood. So for me, these are going to be deep. Now, for most people, I don't think they'll be deep at all, but for me, this is a, you know, deeper color story. If you have a deeper color story and you want to keep it light, the trick is to use a very soft brush. So that is what I'm doing. So get a very diffused look. I'm using the matte shade that's in the upper bar, and I'll show you the shade. This one here, so that the look will be, you know, grounded in that color, because that's the color, that's the transition you'll see from the eyebrow down into the eye. Satin shade, which is the shade in the middle, I am going to use and kind of, you know, lightly kind of blend it into the transition. It has kind of a reddish tone to it, which I actually think is very pretty. And on a deeper skin tone, I think is gonna look amazing. Take the deepest shade. This shade is in my opinion, the cool shade. And for that shade, I am going to use a Kolinsky brush. This shade can be more impactful or less impactful depending on how you put it on. I am putting it all over the lid, and I am not, for the most part, I don't have anything underneath. Some parts of it will be on top of the other shades, but a lot of it will just be on my lid. And I do that because when it's on the skin alone, you see more of the duochrome nature of it. You see more of that blue peeking through, whereas when you put it on top of another shade, you get a little less than that. I mean, it's still duochrome and it still sits really well on the other shades, but I feel like you get a little bit more of the impact when you leave some of the skin naked. All right, so now I'm going to take the deepest shade again, and I'm going to run that just on the outer corner here, very lightly, like I don't have a lot of it. And then I'm gonna take it outer corner here and kind of build it up. I don't know if you saw the Chanel runway show. Sophia and I did a live recently. Sophia Sees Beauty and I did a live recently where we were talking about the runway shows. And there was a really interesting look by Chanel that basically just put a very black, very deep shade on the outer corner of the eye, like almost like a block, like a triangle, and then false lashes. And it almost looked like the women models had like a triangle eyelash, like just this thick black triangle, one big eyelash at the edge. And it reminded me of a Harrison Ford movie called Blade Runner, where Daryl Hannah is one of the characters in it. She plays one of the characters in it. And there's a makeup look that she does where she has like black all throughout here. And it wasn't that extreme, but it had that kind of feel to it. It was really interesting. And I hadn't seen it on a runway like that before. Like, cause the rest of the eye was clear except for the outer corner. And I'm not really sure, you know, where that came from Chanel, because like that's not particularly Chanel-like, and we were talking about it's not Matthew Blazy yet. So yeah, it was an interesting makeup look, and I don't know where that's going to lead or if it's going to lead anywhere at all, but I don't know. I thought it was interesting. So I've been playing around with doing a little bit of that kind of thing where it's just this deep shade on the outside. Now, of course, I have the rest of the shades on my lid, so it's not as impactful, but I might do a look really soon where I just try to copy that. I don't know if I'll necessarily even film it, but I'd like to try to do it because I just, you know, it was interesting. And that's the thing about like art of any kind, whether it's painting or, you know, ceramics or frankly, makeup, you know, learning from other artists and taking that type of, you know, innovative idea and trying to recreate it and see what it gets you is kind of half the fun. So I might try that out. All right. So let's get to the Prada mascara. This is really unique. Okay. So first of all, I'm going to see if I can get the camera to focus on this. I tried to do some close-ups with my phone and I did the best I could to try to get what it looked like, but it's really a very unique. It is most like the Saffiano leather on a bag, but it's coarser than that. It has this, seriously, if you're one of those people like fidget spinners or something, you're going to want to just kind of be like, like neoprene. I don't know. I'm sure Prada describes what it is, but it's just a really interesting container. And the mascara wand itself, and again, I'll have the close-ups, it looks like a toothbrush. It looks like a concave is this way, I think. Concave toothbrush. And when I when I used it, when I first pulled it out, I was like, oh, this is gonna be gunky and thick and volumizing, which I actually like. But it's actually not any of those things, which is why I'm saying it's a really interesting formula. So let me curl my lashes really quick, and then we'll zoom in and you can see me put this on. You look at it and you're like, oh, it's, like I said, a goopy, thick, almost plasticky kind of formula. So you think it's gonna be, or at least I thought it was gonna be, volumizing, thickening kind of thing. When you go to put it on, you basically put it like you would the toothbrush facing your lashes, like the full lash, and then brush up like you would brush your hair. In fact, exactly like you would brush your hair. And it's a fascinating experience because it doesn't feel like any other mascara I've ever used because of the brush. It doesn't get, you know, goopy. It doesn't get sticky. Look at that. Now again, it's not super volumizing. It's more of a, I don't know, like healthy looking, lengthening, volumizing, because there is volume. But, I mean, you can see the difference between the two eyes. But it's something that just looks... You know, the one thing you can tell about me when you watch me for long enough, you'll know that when I start like trying to come up with words for something, it means that I haven't seen it before, or I am so impressed that my brain is trying to figure out how to describe the physical reaction to the product. Because I've tried so much makeup and I've you know, worked with so much makeup at this point that I feel like I usually can say, oh, this is like this, or, oh, I got, you know, this reminds me of this. I really can't think of anyone or anything that this reminds me of. But the lashes do lift a little bit, and it has hyaluronic acids in it. It has nylon bristles. It has a microfilm formula, which is creamy, comfortable, and buildable, which it is. No clumping or flaking. I didn't have any clumping or flaking when I've been wearing it. And basically it says a intuitive swipe up gesture. Now I, you know, go back and forth. I do all these things because, you know, I put on a lot of makeup. But yeah, it's just brushing your lashes. Like you're just going, okay, everyone knows how to brush their hair. I mean, so that's what you're doing. You're brushing your lashes. Now I'm going to assume that the reason nobody has done this before or hasn't done this lately, because if you look way back with cake mascaras that were popular, that's kind of what a cake mascara was. There was like a toothbrushy looking thing, and you had a cake, which a pan, and you rubbed it in the pan with a little bit of water or oil or whatever, and you got your mascara. So yeah, this type of brush has been done before. But I'm going to guess the reason it hasn't been done recently is because you have to be very precise in how the brush is built and how the formula is, because otherwise, when you do this, if the brush isn't exactly right, you're going to get too much mascara. It's going to goop all the way over your eyelashes, and that is not going to look good. So I'm going to guess it took some testing to get this brush the right brush. I love it. So, and here's the thing, I can't see anybody who's not going to like it. Like, I'm sure there'll be somebody who doesn't like it, but, cause that's the nature of things. But it's easy to use. It's intuitive to brush your lash. I think it would work on all different types of lashes. It doesn't stick. I haven't had any problems with flaking or transfer. It's like unless you don't like black mascara, because it is black. It's very deep black, which I personally love. Maybe you want something that's like a brown, or that does not, it's not that. It can be a very light look. If you don't like a lot of mascara, you just brush it once and leave it. Or you can build it like I did. I think a lot of people are really going to love this. And my hat's off to Prada for coming up with something really unique and very different, and something that I think is going to make a lot of people very happy. And I think it's going to work for a ton of different people, and I think they're going to be impressed with what Prada did. The Prada eyeshadow. This is the Primula. This is a warmer, deeper, redder color story. And not everyone's going to love it, but the duochrome shift in here does have like this bluish, greenish tint, which I think is unique, and I think it looks really impressive on the eye. Again, you might not want something this deep. If you don't, the Peony one, which I did last time, that is like the lightest of the light. It's literally the opposite of looks. So, you know, that one might be for you. I haven't done the Pansy yet, which I think is like the warmest, kind of in the middle. You know, it's in the middle. And I'm very impressed with what Prada's done. Sarah Creal, the Repair Shield. Get this and get this. Again, don't get anything. You don't need any of it. But let's say you want to buy a mascara and you want a great SPF that blurs your skin and makes you look glowy. Just buy these two. If you're looking for things to buy those two things. The Guerlain Be Glow Oil. This has been around for a while. This is the reformulated version. It's so good. And honestly, the only reason I didn't pick it up was because I'm salty with Guerlain because they changed the lipsticks and the meteorites. But I'm always honest. The product is excellent. It really is. It makes your lips look plumper. It's very comfortable. I really love it, unfortunately. And I will probably buy another shade of it because it's really, really nice. Shoot. Yeah. The Face Flex. Face Flex is awesome. I've talked about it a bunch of times. It's a great product. If you need to like thin it out, there's so many different ways you can. But if you want it as a full coverage, you can just put it on by itself. It's really, really good. The Rare Beauty blushes. These are worth it. These are great. There are other blushes though, and you don't need to go out and buy these. But I will say that they will be, as part of the Sephora sale, possibly on sale at the beginning of April. And, you know, these are ones that I'm going to put in my cart and hope they don't sell out. So just to give you a heads up. The Dior Highlighters. They are very nice. They are very pretty. They look lovely on the skin. I don't think they're accentuating texture. I like the glow one more than I like the strobe one, but that's because I'm not really somebody who puts a duochrome strobe kind of look on their face. Do I think they're worth the money? You know, that's a tough one because again, worth always becomes difficult. But yeah, I think they meet the expectation you would have for paying $52 for a Dior product. Are they really that different than any other highlighter that I have? No. No. But the highlighters I have are all really good. Like the ones that I use are really good. The Dolce & Gabbana one is really good. The Chanel ones are all really good. The Dior liquid ones that I use are really good. So I mean, again, are they as good as those? Yes, except for the Chanel's a little bit better. But I don't need them. Like they're not innovative in such a way that I'd be like, oh, this is totally new to me. Like this is, or this is. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying you probably have something very much like it. If you don't, and you want to get them, again, put them in your cart. I think, you know, they're part of the Sephora sale as well. So, you know, now you can see what they look like. Yeah. That's where I'm at, guys. So this was an interesting day because honestly, I always find that, you know, I say to myself, I don't need any more makeup. And I don't because I have so much. But there are times where I find products where I feel like it's a product that I didn't know I needed. And again, you don't need anything. But this product from Sarah Creal, I really, really love because it's a way for me to have an SPF, a glowy, blurring look, and not wear any makeup because there are many days I go out without any makeup on. And especially when I'm like going on vacation or a beach or something, I really don't bother because I want to get out and do things. I have a limited period of time. That is a great product for that. I mean, I really love that because it blurs, it makes my face look so much better, but it's easy to use. It's one step. The mascara, I really like just how easy it is. It's just a brush. Like you don't have to wiggle it and you don't have to be like, okay, you know, put it this way and you don't have to separate your lashes. It does it for you and it's just an easy brush, but it also just looks, I'm like, it looks good. It looks good. Yeah. And then, you know, these are the days that honestly, I'm thrilled to have this channel because I don't know if I would have tried any of these things, to be honest with you, because I would have been like, well, I already have all the stuff that I need. Like I don't know if I would try the mascara. I don't know if I would try the Sarah, maybe I would try the Sarah Creal, but I'm not sure. So I'm in the enviable position where I get to try out all these fun things. And A lot of the time there is disappointment, but sometimes you come across, you know, a day like today where you're like, oh, wow, that's actually really awesome. So yeah, it's a good day. It's a good day. Oh, really quickly, I did want to mention, and I'll put up something on Instagram. I got a box recently from Viktor and Rolf, which totally shocked me. In fact, if you watch my video where at the end, Ellie would not stop barking, it turned out it was the UPS man, and this is what he was delivering. I did not know this was coming. This is Flowerbomb Extreme, a long-lasting, powerfully addictive new fragrance by Viktor and Rolf that creates an unforgettable trail with intertwining notes of juicy raspberry accord with creamy vanilla bean extract, captivating rose, jasmine, orange blossom absolutes, a scent that is unexpected, yet utterly irresistible. God, can't speak. Irresistible. Anyway, so this is at Ulta. I don't know if they're going to have any, you know, like deals or gift with purchasers or anything like that during the 21 days, but I have the original Flowerbomb. In fact, love the original Flowerbomb. So did half the planet, I feel like, because there was a time that everybody was wearing this fragrance. So when I sprayed this, I was kind of like, oh yeah, I like Flowerbomb, and you know, I'm sure I'll like it, and you know, it's Flowerbomb. But two things. One, I love the pink matte nature of this bottle, which is not like me because I don't like pink. But there's something about the fact that it's pink and matte with black. I don't know why, but I think I have a new obsession for matte pink and black together. Because I've been staring at this thing since I got it, and I really, really like it, like a lot, aesthetically. Like I'm like, you know, that could be my aesthetic. Matte pink and black. That's very me. Second of all, the sprayer on this is fantastic. I know it sounds stupid, but some perfumes, the sprayer gets stuck or the sprayer breaks or the sprayer doesn't really spritz the right amount. This is an excellent, and I mean, seriously, it's an excellent sprayer. I'm not sure what they did. Let's see if you can see this. See how much goes in the air? It's really good. Third, I've become slightly addicted to the scent. Now, it's really not, I mean, it's the same scent as original Flowerbomb. I don't know if there's more vanilla. I'm gonna have to do a side-by-side with the old one and the new one. But I will tell you right now, if somebody had sent me a sample of this and they hadn't sent me the bottle, I would have immediately gone out and bought the bottle. You know, guys, how I am about perfumes. I'll just be like, it's fine. No, this is really good. Really good for a, you know, mid-level luxury. This is not a Privé collection. This is not something that's really hard to find, and you know, it's only in Belgium, which is how I tend to roll. I'm very like annoying about my, you know, I'm always like, oh, but this was made in, you know, the vanilla bean fields of, yeah, you know, I get it. It's annoying. I understand. This is a more ubiquitous fragrance, I'm sure. It's at Ulta, it's at Sephora, I'm sure it's gonna be a lot of places, and I bet you a lot of people will be wearing it. But I don't really care because I really love this fragrance, and I'm not sure what it is because it's a floral, but I don't usually like florals. I'm trying to figure out what it is in here that I'm finding so irresistible, which is their word. They're not paying me, by the way. This is not an ad. I mean, they sent it to me, but I'm surprised. So anyone out there who is like who has, you know, created a perfume or understands what goes into the making of a perfume or understands why this one is different than the original. I really did enjoy the original and I wore it a lot, but I also felt like it was too like, you know, it wasn't complex enough. I was kind of like, This one is different in some way that really appeals to me. And it is very long lasting, by the way. You'll smell it the next day. So I would pick it up if you like the original, or you like a florally vanilla, or you like a juicy vanilla. It's so good. I don't know what to tell you. Shocked the heck out of me. I was walking around the other day going, I smell good. I've been in kind of, I won't bore you with details. It's been a rough couple of weeks, but, health stuff. But yeah, I was like, oh, I smell nice. I lifted my mood. How's that? I think it's the best compliment you can give a fragrance. Anyway, so those are all the new things. I will do the Pansy Prada. It's coming, I promise. And more stuff coming soon. Thanks so much for joining me today, guys. I really do appreciate it. I hope to see you in another video really soon. Bye.